Hello and welcome to the presentation. My name is Brandon Lucia. I am a sound recording major at California State University, Monterey Bay. As part of my graduation requirement, I am to do a presentation with a creative aspect for my capstone. For my capstone, I have decided to put together a short little package of impulse responses to use in a Convolution Reverb VST plugin. The impulse responses were gathered at various locations across the campus, including the music building, my dorm room on East Campus, the abandoned barracks that are soon to be demolished, the brand new Building 48, which just opened in the spring of 2020, and various other locations. Now, as you can see right here, I have a reverb unit set up. Most DAWs have convolution reverb capabilities, such as Logic Pro, Pro Tools, Cubase, and even Reason. I will be using the program Reason for my demonstration. As you can see, I have a basic drum loop here, and I've automated the reverb unit to go from 0% to 100% dry in order to demonstrate what this convolution sounds like. Now, I'm going to play the drums shortly. And keep in mind, this is a basic drum track using very simple drums. It does sound a little flat and boring. Hopefully I can use the Reverb IRs to demonstrate what this sound package is capable of. Sounds like your typical run-of-the-mill drum loop. And now, to get into the reverb package. Here we are. Building 31, the music hall at California State University, Monterey Bay. Front entrance of the building. Balloon and kick drum. Now, I recommend balloon and kick drum be used sparingly, at less than half, as it tends to boost the signal quite considerably. Here we are, corner of the courtyard. Dr. Jones' office. Drew's office. The drum cabinet. Again, I would like to recommend that you use this effect at halfway, not 100%. The equipment room. Hallway number 1, next to the janitor's closet. The hallway next to Drew's office. In front of the music hall. Inside the lecture podium, another fun little sound effect that I did just to see what would happen. I recommend that be used at half or 1/4. Lanier and Jeff's office. Long hallway number 2. The main lobby. The men's bathroom. The MIDI lab, old MIDI lab. The piano lab. Room 100, Maiden Lecture Hall. Room 163. Room 171. A square metal trash can. Now keep in mind that there is a sound at the end of plastic crinkling. Do not worry though, I feel like that adds character to the sound. You can hear it right here. Fantastic. Adds a nice sense of depth. The SSL Studio. A very small room with a very small sound. A storage closet. Studio A, featuring a 1970s MTA Trident mixing console. The supply closet. Inside of a piano. Just another fun sound I thought I would like to capture. Now I recommend that you turn that sound effect in particular down to about 25%. As you can see, look at the waveform. It's quite large. It adds a lot of distortion to your sound. The parking lot. Let's take a listen to this sound. There's a lot of wind added to it. I thought this would just be a fun little extra sound to put in. So, the parking lot. So, as you can hear, the parking lot tends to add a lot of ambience to the track. The women's bathroom. And finally, the top drawer of the mic cabinet in the equipment room. And again, I recommend you play that sound at about 25% as the waveform is large and tends to add distortion. Well, that about does it for the music hall package of the impulse response files. I recommend Women's Bathroom, the Courtyard, the Lobby, and Square Metal Trash Can. Fantastic. Now on to the creepy abandoned barracks that are soon to be demolished. It's a good thing I got in there while I could. Here we are. Narrow room. Abandoned classroom. First floor bathroom. Fantastic sound. Creepy bedroom. Bet you'd like to sleep in there for a night. Creepy corner. One of my favorites. Creepy small bathroom. A small bathroom producing a small sound. Albeit it's slightly bassy, I would use it on a kick drum. Decrepit bathroom shower stall. A fantastic track that adds ambiance. Now for front room, one of the best ones, adds a large and characteristic sound to anything you put it on. Gnarly washroom. Small and thumpy, I recommend for kick drums. Large corridor. Long creepy hallway, a personal favorite of mine. Fantastic. Narrow room. Enough for a room full of wood scraps. Room with desk tipped over. That's got a nice long tail right there. Study room. not very loud, but what it lacks in volume, it makes up for in depth. Now here's another one of my favorites, Top of the Stairwell. Look at that waveform. Look at how massive it is. Hear how long that tail is? A fantastic one to use indeed. And now for the last one, a wide room. Well, that about does it for the Abandoned Barracks package. As far as my favorites, I recommend Bottom of the Stairwell, Front Room, Large Corridor, Long Creepy Hallway, and of course, Top of Stairwell. Now for the third package, my dorm room on East Campus. Here's my bedroom. Amazing. Now for the coat closet, something that might deaden some harsh tones. Actually, it gives it kind of a bassy feel, very thumpy. Now for the next two, I had diagonal hallway doors open and closed. I simply could not decide on which one I wanted, so I just decided to keep both. So here we are, doors closed. And now for doors open. Now for the garage. Nice wide sound. Now for the kitchen. It's a very small kitchen. It makes for a very small sound. Now for the laundry room, a pretty much bare room, nothing much going on, just bare walls, kind of a harsh, echoey sound. The living room. Don't tell Mike, but I got his room too. Now, seeing how Mike lives in his room alone and has a queen-size bed, it's a slightly less harsh sound than my room. Now for the water heater closet, another fantastic little miscellaneous sound effect that I thought would add a little bit of character to some sounds. Now take a look at this waveform. It's kind of wide, so it is going to be loud. You're going to have to turn down your reverb knob just a little bit. So therefore, I recommend you turn your reverb to at least 25% for that, seeing how it is a very loud and aggressive impulse response. Well, that about does it for the Yorktown Court East Campus package. Now for the new building, Building 48, which opened in the spring of 2020. I came in on a Friday before the spring semester started, so a lot of these sounds are going to be kind of hollow and harsh. Dr. Jones' office. Dr. Trevino's office. Left wing of the building. The main lobby. The main lobby underneath the chair. I popped a balloon underneath the chair. I thought it would be a fun sound effect to have. Now it does tend to add a little bit more bass. The men's bathroom. Now for the right wing of the building. The faculty lounge. Room 106, the new practice room. A pathetically small room with just a lonely piano in the corner. Okay, room 107, where all of the main lectures take place. An empty room with a cabinet. Diego's office. The new MIDI lab. The adjunct faculty office. Finally, the women's bathroom. And no, I did not go in there while anyone was in the bathroom. Well, that about does it for the Building 48 package. A couple of sounds that I recommend are main lobby underneath a chair, room 107, the lecture room, and of course the new MIDI lab. All of those are fantastic sounds. And now for the final package, a couple of miscellaneous sounds I just decided to include just for fun. For instance, we've got the car interior and the trunk of my 2004 Ford Taurus. Now, keep in mind, these aren't exactly musical sounds, but they have more of a use for post-production for film sound. So here we are. So more of a deadening sound for dialogue. And now for the trunk of my Ford Taurus. It's, as you can see, they're quite similar in waveform. It's a little bit bassy. So coronavirus kind of ruined everything. I had to move out of East Campus and back home to Santa Cruz. So here's my Corona Apocalypse bunker studio. Now, it gives it a little bit of a deadened sound due to the fact that the walls are made of plywood and I've hung up soundproof blankets. And then I did a little bit of experimentation with a couple packages using small balloons. So here's my basement with small balloons. So a little bit of deadening, but that's to be expected seeing as they're small balloons and small areas. It's a very small area. So this could be used to, take away some harshness of some very bright tones. And now for my pantry. That's almost got like a telephone quality style effect. Now for my kitchen. So like I said, add some deadness to a sound. Of course, if you're doing automatic dialogue replacement in a film, you might want to make your dialogue sound like it's coming from a real room, and some houses have dead rooms. Finally, for the last sound effect of this entire package, I decided to go all out and pop a balloon inside of an oven. Now, this is going to get loud, and you can hear the resonance of the metal racks inside the oven. Now, as you can hear, the tail goes on quite long, and you can still hear the metal ringing from the oven. So I would recommend that as a sound effect for a movie, not necessarily for music. Well, that about does it for the entire Convolution Reverb package. I have another folder, but it's mostly pictures and information about the package. Other than that, it's about a gigabyte and a half and 300 separate files. I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and I hope you use all of these files in the near future for any of your creative audio endeavors. Once again, the sounds are free for commercial use. All I ask is that you give me credit in the credits. All I ask is that you put my name in the credits. And if you get a little bit of cash from your production, maybe send it my way. I hope you enjoy using these sounds. That about does it for this presentation. Have a great day.